There you are. Welcome to Zen Fits here in Blackstone, Virginia. What kind of a fit are we going to have this morning? The topic of this meditation, my talks or meditations, is AC or DC current. But in this metaphor, instead of current, we're going to say knowing. Which mind are you going to use? The DC mind or the AC mind? Now, if you recall, when electricity first was applied, there were two contesting theories or electrical currents. AC, which was Edison, and DC, which was Tesla. And the big fight was which one is going to serve the community as the electricity that you can plug into, DC or AC. And both had their merits, but AC won because AC does better work. You can as far I'm not an electrician, but AC can be jumped up through power stations so that it's at peak wherever you put it, whereas DC can't be jumped up by power stations, so you had to have direct lines. Anyway, the difference between AC and DC is that if you look at the graph, which is on my post, a DC is a straight line. AC is a wave, alternating current. So in AC, you got the positive and you got the negative, right? And it goes like that, right? And so in the current, they both work together, but in the mind, if we look at AC and DC as a metaphor for the way we know, it's quite different. It's very interesting. AC means should I choose positive or negative, right? The wave. And of course, if you look at the ocean wave, the peak and the valley is really the same wave. But in the way of knowing, there's a choice. Now, which one do you want, the peak or the valley? There's a choice, you see. So AC knowing, the way AC mind is a choosing mind, which is better. Up or down, in or out, positive or negative. Of course, when the mind knows, it's very difficult to explain. But when we use the AC mind, everything is separated by, take this. Here's the positive, here's the negative, right? And this is a diagram. This is what AC looks like. It's a movement. It's a dynamic unity of peak and valley, positive and negative, up or down, good or bad, you see. And now so we present it as a way of knowing. You have a choice. Which one do you want? Chocolate or vanilla? Right? Do you want to go up the elevator? You open the door and the elevator man says, which way do you want to go? Up or down? Up or down? Up or down? AC. Which way do you want to go? So we choose, I'll choose the good. I'll choose the white over the black. You see, so choice creates a gap between the positive and the negative, the peak and the valley. So you know by choice. Now, direct knowing is no choice. You just know. You just know what you want. You don't have to think, should I want the vanilla or the chocolate? Or do I want to go up, or do I want this job or that job? Do I want this mate choice or that? See, the whole AC world is built upon choices. You go to the marketplace. Which cereal do I want? Well, I weigh this cereal against that cereal, and I come up with the pros and the cons. This one has glucose. I don't want that, so we choose that. So this choosing is AC mind in our culture, as a consumer culture, creates the belief that choosing is the only way to know. Choosing, AC mind is the only way to know. Just like back with Edison and Tesla, AC became the only current. You can't plug into DC current, or you get it with a battery, but you can't run the house on a DC current. You have to be a generator. Generator creates AC current. So we live in a culture of AC mind. But at the same time, we suffer with blackouts. We suffer in the dark between the choice, you see. If everything is a choice, there's a gap. And the other thing here, and this is why I keep stressing ambiguity. Now when I flip this, we've got the hag. I have to show it to you again. Here's the hag's big old nose, and here's her right eye, and the princess. And the princess, here's her little bitty eye here. She's looking away. And here's her jaw, and here's her mouth. So you see, the hag is the negative, the princess is the positive. Now, when we use AC as knowing, the question is here, well, what do you want to be, the hag or the princess? I want to be a princess. But if you choose the princess, you're also the hag, because they're the same. They're ambiguous. Each is the other. The hag is the princess is the hag. But our mind can separate them, and we want the hag. I don't even see the princess. Or we see the princess, I don't see the hag. But then suddenly there will be a DC connection. There will be a direct knowing connection, and bam, you see the hag. Or bam, you see the princess. That's direct seeing. You didn't choose it. The problem with I can't see the hag or I can't see the princess is that we're trying to know by choice. And you can't see when a situation is ambiguous. There is no choice, because if you choose one, you choose the other. So we try to separate them so we can choose to see the hag or the princess, but we can't because they're ambiguous and they're the same. So this is the trap of AC thinking, of consumer thinking. You ever watch The Hurt Locker? That was all about this. What's beyond choice? Direct knowing. When you get stuck, as long as choice works, as long as it's a clear decision between this cereal or that, as long as it's clear, see in the yin-yang, you see these two things here mean that the yang is the yin and the yin is the yang. They're different, but you can't separate them. But in order to have a choice, you have to separate them. Which one do you want, the white or the black? But then choice leads us, inevitably, to a catch-22 situation, where the yang is the yin and the yin is the yang. Or the hag is the princess and the princess. Now I can't choose. Now I'm having an anxiety attack. Now I'm having a panic. Now I'm having a nervous breakdown because I can't choose. I can't choose the positive over the negative, a good over the bad, because the good is bad and the bad is good. Whoa! Vertigo, nervous breakdown, suicide, Holocaust, destroy everything. Can't choose. Can't choose. Destroy everything. Start over. Then you can choose. So direct knowing is the only way we can intervene into the chaos or the confusion of ambiguity, where yes is no and no is yes. And that will always, when we use alternate thinking, alternate current mind, inevitably we're going to come to a situation where yes is no and no is yes, and we can't choose. We can't choose the peak or the valley because the peak and the valley are the same. You see, we look at the world like it's fixed, like here's the wave, and there's the peak, and there's the valley, and I want to choose the peak. But we choose because it's frozen. But reality is not frozen. Reality is impermanence. It's dynamic. So how can you choose the up and the down when they're moving? And if you notice how a sine wave moves or a wave moves, the peak and the valley keep exchanging sides. Up is down and down is up. Good is bad and bad is fine. It's a flowing unity, a flowing dynamic. But the mind wants to freeze it so I can choose. You can't choose unless the wave is fixed. So in order to choose, see, this is the trap. In order to use AC current, which is choice, we have to fix the world so I can choose. But the world won't fix. The world is impermanence. The world is dynamic unity. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop the world so I can choose. But it won't stop. So we have to activate direct knowing. Direct knowing is there all the time because it's prior to or before AC. Before AC current, there is direct current. Before AC knowing, don't get the metaphors too confused. Before AC knowing, wave knowing, there is direct knowing, which is where we start out as a child. Direct knowing is I know. Not what should I know. Direct knowing is choiceless choice. We choose to know because there's no choice. It's only an AC current knowing that you got a choice. When there's no choice, it's direct knowing. This is Zen. Zen is knowing is being is knowing. There's no choice. It's only in AC mind that the choice is presented, and this works great for fixing a machine, for going to the market and choosing a cereal or a dress. But if everything is the same, you can't choose. That's anxiety. That's panic. That is help, I'm drowning in I can't choose. What do? We have to ask somebody to choose. If I can't choose, somebody's got to choose. You do it. The church do it. Trump do it. The parents do it. The judge. Somebody chooses. When we get in an ambiguity situation, we can't choose. We go to the court, and the judge chooses. You see. Anyway, you get this metaphorical thing I'm doing here? This way of thinking metaphorically? You need a good metaphor to break out of the alternating current of the mind, where yes is no and no is yes, or catch-22, as I say. Clarity is direct knowing, direct seeing. You see directly. In my household, I play with these two currents all the time. I get a new box, I get a new gadget, I get a new can opener, I get a new appliance, a new something. And when I get something new, I don't know which way to go. I'm a neurotic. And simple things, you get just the other day, you get one of these blocks where you put knives in it. Well, the knives should go in one direction. One half is facing out, the other is facing out. So I had a knife and I picked it up, and I kept trying to put it in the slot, but I kept doing either choice. I was trying to, if I chose one, it was the wrong way. So I go wah 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 wah, and my wife's standing there looking at this, and she just points to the right way to put the knife in there. And boom, that's direct seeing. She directly sees how to do something. Me, when it comes to doing something physical, not with words, but with doing things, I'm stuck in alternating current. Should I do this way, or should I push this button or that button? Should I pull this tab or that tab? Wow, 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 wow. And eventually I'll destroy it. Where my wife directly sees, she's very good at this. Boom, puts her finger right on it. Doesn't waver, doesn't weigh, doesn't go, what should I do, what should I do? She directly does it. But when it comes to mind, the interior world, I see directly. This is why I'm a mess. In the world, I see with AC. In the mind, the interior, I see directly. So I have the best of both worlds. Anyway, thanks for dropping in.